I am so completely worn out from trying to figure out this live. I really, really am. I just got in. I've been fighting my phone and YouTube trying to get the live started. And I'm stubborn. I'm not giving up till I actually get what I want. And I still didn't get what I wanted because obviously the thumbnail is not a Chinese giant salamander. And I'm only 10 minutes late. It's better than being 20 minutes late. Now, why did I close that out? So, real quick, and I'll make this announcement tomorrow. I was looking at dates for everything going on with my teeth. And I don't know why I thought it was a Monday that I will be out. I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything. So I will worry about it when the warnings come up. If they come up. I am Charlie, and this is the world. I always mess up the name. This is the Wildlife Replica World channel. It is the live for Thursday, February 19th, 2026. And today we're going to be looking at the Chinese giant salamander. And we're going to start off with some facts about the conservation of it. Hi, Bloxer underscore YT. I said hi. Do not say hi again. You've already said it, so I'm just warning you. You're welcome, but... So, the giant Chinese salamander is critically endangered. Its population trend, sadly, is calling for more drops in their population. I don't have a population count for this species at this time that is current, and I'm not digging any more for it. Any questions up to this point? We will be talking about why it's endangered and what's being done to save it. I'm a bit skeptical on some of this because of the government that this animal is being saved, or the country that they live in. Because I've seen the tiger being saved in China, or with China's support, and it's not promising. So hopefully they do better with this one. We'll see. So why is it endangered? One of the threats facing this animal is overexploitation for food. Yeah, I said it, for food. Habitat loss and habitat degradation through human modifications to the environment. So things like changing the flow of the water, how much silt is put into the water. Dams, big thing. This species faces threats from pollution, flow of water, and how much silt is in the water. Removing specimens from the wild to put into farms is a threat. There is also the mention of being released into areas outside of China, which is where they're native to. It's become an invasive in Japan, where the two salamanders, because they're related, are breeding, thus creating hybrids, which is not good for either the Japanese giant salamander or the Chinese giant salamander. Not good for either one. Some estimates have suggested fewer than 5,000 individuals, but recent, more intensive searches indicate the number of truly wild, native, non-hybridized individuals that are not hybrids is far lower than that, fewer than 5,000. A 4-year survey in China detected only 24 live individuals, many of which were likely from farm releases rather than true wild populations. Millions are farmed for food. The wild population has declined by over 80% since the 1950s. So it is not good. It would be a subspecies if there is. There's more than one population. If there is. We do know, well, let me rephrase that. We do know that there are other populations. But again, they're subspecies or different populations. Gosh darn it. Okay. So, what's being done to save them? Gosh darn it. They are a protected species in China, but then again, so is the tiger. They're listed on CITES Appendix 1 since 1975. The Chinese government has been attempting reintroduction of the species. However, there are concerns that in the farms, these releases may not be safe because they could contain pathogens. There's also the issue of genetics. Are the genetics sound in the animals that they're releasing? And there is a lot more work that has to be done. Where can you see these animals? In the United States, at North Carolina Zoo, Los Angeles Zoo, Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium, the San Diego Zoo, Sedgwick County Zoo, 4 places in Germany, 1 place in Belgium, 1 place in Spain, 1 place in the Czech Republic. Russia has 2, the United Kingdom has 1, China has 19, Indonesia has 2, Japan has 4, North Korea has 1, Singapore has 1, South Korea has 1, and Thailand has 1. So that's the rundown of sort of where you can see them. The threats facing the Chinese giant salamander, from human consumption to habitat changes and even creating hybrids, paint a dire picture. But for any species to survive, awareness must lead to action. Before we look, I've already done that. I want to pose a question to everyone watching. Considering the challenges that this animal faces, what is the single most important thing you believe conservationists should be focusing on right now? What should they be doing? What do they eat? I'm thinking maybe some fish and invertebrates. Fish, freshwater crabs, crayfish, shrimp, frogs, worms, and even some small mammals. And smaller giant salamanders as well. They are a bit they can be what's what I'm looking for? Cannibalistic. These are ambush predators, so they're going to be feeding or hunting, so to speak, by just laying still in the rivers that they live in or lakes that they live in, opening their mouth and then sucking in that food. In captivity, they're going to feed on fish, earthworms, shrimp, and frogs. Sometimes frogs. This is the world's biggest amphibian. They're going to be living in fresh flowing rivers and streams and kind of hiding out in the bottom. They may have a den sort of tucked into the shore a little bit. And they're going to be avoiding predators like otters and foxes and weasels and, believe it or not, badgers. males will have a den set up, and when it's breeding time, females will visit, lay their eggs, he'll fertilize them, and he will guard those eggs until they hatch. He may have multiple eggs, from multiple females. And he will stay there until those eggs hatch, which could be 3 or 4 months, during which time he will not eat. How cool is that? And we see that with other animals as well. It's not unheard of for them to do that. Anyway, guys, I'm probably not going to keep anybody too long tonight because we don't have a lot of people. So there's no sense in me keeping anybody too long tonight. Unless you have any more questions or concerns. I say my oral surgery is on the 5th of March. That is a Thursday. This live will not take place. Friday's live, at least the 1 p.m. live, I'm going to say is out. And the 6 p.m. live is iffy. But we will see when the time comes how I feel. I don't want to say that I'm not going to do it, but definitely next week's live will not happen. I'm supposed to be doing the Burmese roofed turtle next week. I don't know about that happening. I imagine I will be sort of out of my mind or not able to talk. I'm not sure which, because I've never done this. So our next live might be March 5th. Or wait, no, it's not going to be that. We will be doing this upcoming live, which is the Burmese roofed turtle. We will not be doing the silver apple yard duck. However, I fully expect to do the Choctaw pig on March 12th. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm thinking is going to be the game plan. And with that, guys, I'm going to let you go because I have stuff to do. So I will see you later. Be good, everybody. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.